How's it going, everybody? This is Yo and C-Boy, and my review today is on Cold Steel's new Tuff Lite. This is not the mini Tuff Lite, but the Tuff Lite, coming into a blade that is 2.5 inches long, 2.75 millimeters thick. Goes to a really nice point there, but really a strong blade. Overall, with that handle, you got 6 inches to work with there. Weight 2.5 ounces. I mean, feather light, but not so light that you think this thing's going to break in your hand, because of course you do have that triad lock, and this is good strong AUS 8 steel. But this knife, just the more I handle it, the more I am impressed with it. They really do so many things right with this thing. I can't go by the mini Tuff Lite because I don't have that, but I do know that I got more steel to work with and a bigger grip, so I'm happy with that, and that's what sold me. So going into it, I mean, really just super light. I mean, it's just unbelievable how fast this thing is in your hand. And what really impresses me also is with that type of Spyderco-like opening hole, it still opens very fast, and I'm pretty happy with that. I thought for sure that it was going to be kind of difficult to open, but even reverse grip, I can use my pinky to touch into it and then fall right into place. And because I'm not just Mr. Pro Spyderco, Mr. Pro Cold Steel, I do like all the other brands, and one of my first and favorites is, of course, the Spyderco line. And one of the things that I liked about the other option of opening them, as I found it be the way I can open this, is by grabbing like so, giving a good flick, and it opens up. And those fingers just fall right into place like so, doing so for maybe some detailed cutting, however you want to do it. So, it opens many different ways. And of course, with that type of hole, you do have the option of maybe giving one of those kind of like zip tie like opening options if you really wanted to go there. But quite frankly, for what it is and what you're using it for, I really don't think that's the case, because bam, it just opens fine just like so, and there you go. So going into it, I just want to talk more about like the gripping options, because you can choke up into it with that jimping, which I do feel is adequate. The jimping on it reminds me of quite a bit of the jimping that's like on the holdout too. And I found that it was, it's not like your super sharp type of like jimping that you may find on your Spydercos and other knives, but I feel that it is very sufficient for what you need for this type of knife. And with this particular ergonomics on it, they really got it right, because your fingers are falling into where they need to be. It is shorter handle, but it's not uncomfortably short. And if you want to get an extended reach into your cutting, you don't necessarily need to use both two fingers for there, but can have the one in there. Still got jimping that you can rest your thumb in here, and maybe have that end piece there just seat right into your hand, kind of like the Secret Edge does. And you got really nice fine slashing cuts there. Now again, this knife fits very comfortably reverse grip if you feel you're in the need of doing some cutting or slashing like so. And thumb piece just fits nice right up top. You don't have to really worry about that pinky overriding into the danger zone there, because as you can see, it stops. You got a stopping point there. It's not just straight into like full flat grinds. So really cool, very maneuverable, and super light, and really digging it. Ergonomics on the handle, again, it's got like a, as you can see, like a gritty but very smooth type of texture. And one of the things I really liked about it was this kind of like indent that's in the grip. And it reminded me very much so like the indent that they have on Cold Steel's Warhead. Now, and I always like that particular grip that they have on these type of fixed blades that are the ergonomics just the fingers just seat right into that groove, but really not going anywhere, and it just makes me feel very reminiscent of the same deal. It's not an overly thick handle in width, but it's just right, really. I mean, they really nailed it out of the park. And again, it's you're not going to really slip off of that. So you got your decent finger grip placement, and even if you wanted to use this particular knife like, say, a Kabutan style, like, I know that one of my favorite bigger knives for EDC tactical knife is the Holdout 2. Don't mind my different customizations on it, but I can go into that if you'd like to know. But I do like that, like the Holdout 2, there's this like different type of like indent here for the thumb just to sit right on, and you still got enough meat on the end there to use as a striking option. So I like that. Not crazy about the tip down only carry option, but what I found with this particular knife is that because it is so light, so thin, and relatively smaller than what I'm used to carrying, even if I'm carrying it with the pocket clip, I just was amazed at all the different pocket space I had to work with without something bigger getting in my way. And one of the things I really like about this particular knife is, because I am not Mr. Pro tip down carry, just having this thing sit right inside my pocket, still not eating up a lot of space in the pocket, quite comfortably to take out, and still allows me to take out comfortably out of my pocket, concealably, maybe draw behind the back, and take right out if had to draw inconspicuously. So, all in all, I'm really digging this knife. I've already done a lot of cutting with it, amazingly sharp. So, one of the things that I really digged about this knife also is that, like, that Wharncliff type of blade on it, which reminded me of this Spoker I have that was just going through everything, but the Boker was only the 440 steel. Not to worry with the cold steel, because it's a US 8 steel of theirs, very reliable, very sharp, and it really takes a beating. It is the Timex of blades. It just takes a beating, keeps on ticking, and you just keep going with it. And I like that rounded back for a few different reasons. It does offer great finger placement for, deep cutting into, if you want to have to do finer touch-up cutting, or even like the rolling into doing emergency type cutting up into it for like a zip or a gut kind of cut without like messing up anything that might be the person or the material underneath. And also, even just like so, very concealed type of cutting as another type of drawing option. So all in all, this knife really packs a punch. Super light, super impressive, total workhorse, great defensive option, and it's really not going to raise too many eyebrows if you take it out of your pocket as opposed to maybe, say, something bigger or ferocious looking. So, can't beat the price, and I can't say enough great things about it. And that's about it. This is Cold Steel's Tuff Lite, and I am the ONC Boy. Take care out there. Let me know if you like it, the review, and feel free to comment, subscribe, so forth. Take care out there.